Nations derive significant pride from the narratives surrounding their origins. These stories vary widely, with some tracing back to grand empires, others emerging from revolutions, and a few quietly arising from often overlooked peace agreements. Such narratives play a crucial role in shaping national identity and influencing international perceptions. However, a closer examination reveals a frequent disparity between the history that is taught and the actual events that transpired. History is less about mere past occurrences and more about collective memory and its manipulation. Power resides within these controlled narratives. This phenomenon is particularly evident in discussions with Tibetans, Uyghurs, or residents of Hong Kong, whose lived experiences starkly contrast with the official accounts propagated by Beijing. When engaging with a Chinese citizen regarding the vastness of their country, they may assert that it has always been this way. They often recount tales of China's ancient civilization and how foreign powers once fractured the nation before the Communist Party restored its unity and strength. This internally accepted narrative is now strategically disseminated to shape international perspectives on China, achieving some degree of success. Currently, China spans approximately 9.6 million square kilometers, ranking as the third largest nation globally. However, this extensive territory was not always its reality. Historically, China's territory was concentrated around the Yellow and Yangtze rivers, known as the Han Heartland, surrounded by various distinct kingdoms and cultures. The evolution into a vast empire is intricate. Initially, China comprised smaller kingdoms and dynasties frequently embroiled in conflict. Only during exceptional periods did certain dynasties extend their territories to create an illusion of unity. Over 2,200 years ago, the Qin dynasty pioneered unification within the Han Heartland. However, this unity proved ephemeral. Subsequent dynasties such as Han and Tang ventured into parts of Korea, Vietnam, and Central Asia, but failed to maintain control over most of what constitutes modern-day China. Mao Zedong's leadership marked a departure from historical truths as he sought to propagate an alternative narrative aligned with his vision for China's future. A vision echoed by Xi Jinping today as he envisions China's global ascendancy, despite anticipated backlash against censorship efforts. Following the fall of the Tang dynasty, China fragmented once again until it was succeeded by the Song dynasty, a period characterized by cultural brilliance yet limited territorial control. It never governed northern regions like Tibet or Xinjiang. Significant territorial expansion occurred under Qing dynasty rule, the last imperial rulers, who were ethnically Manchu rather than Han Chinese. During their reign in the 18th century, they constructed an expansive empire annexing Tibet, Xinjiang, Inner Mongolia, while claiming Outer Mongolia and extending deep into Central Asia. The maps produced during Qing rule laid foundational boundaries for contemporary China. These were embraced and expanded upon by the Communist Party under Xi Jinping's leadership, asserting more control than any leader since Mao Zedong over regions like Xinjiang and Tibet, while significantly reducing Hong Kong's autonomy. To comprehend this drive for territorial integrity requires reflection on 1912, when Qing dynasty collapse left China fragmented amidst warlords claiming independence across various regions, including Tibet and Outer Mongolia. Areas operating independently with their own governments until national turmoil ensued through warlord clashes leading up to World War II's devastation. In 1949, following Civil War victory by Mao Zedong, who declared establishment of People's Republic of China, PRC, reclaiming lost territories became paramount for erasing national humiliations while preventing foreign interference, a focus particularly evident in Xinjiang, where local leaders negotiated surrender rather than through warfare amidst mysterious circumstances surrounding leadership transitions leading up to communist rule. Tibet followed suit after being viewed through a lens of historical claims, necessitating return under Chinese governance, post-1950 invasion, which Tibetan leaders were coerced into signing agreements promising autonomy, yet perceived largely as an invasion stripping them of independence. A narrative framed as liberation by Beijing, despite widespread dissent among locals regarding political realities imposed thereafter. Inner Mongolia's integration differed markedly. Lacking military conquest, due largely to pre-existing communist sympathies among local leaders, resulting in formation of Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region prior to full PRC control, which later served as model for similar arrangements across other ethnic minority areas, including Tibet or Xinjiang, reflecting broader assimilation strategies employed throughout early communist era, consolidating territorial gains amounting millions square kilometers, expanding PRC's reach significantly beyond core Han-dominated provinces. As challenges persisted, integrating diverse regions into unified state apparatus emerged, requiring careful navigation amid distinct cultural identities present within borders, fostering sense belonging amongst groups, historically resistant autonomy aspirations, while simultaneously suppressing elements diverging from dominant narrative, promoting monolithic Chinese identity through migration policies aimed at altering demographic compositions across targeted areas, exemplified notably within Xinjiang, where influxes transformed population dynamics dramatically over decades, alongside language policies, marginalizing local dialects, favoring Mandarin imposition, further entrenching state control mechanisms, undermining traditional practices, integral community cohesion, fostering resentment beneath surface appearances, maintained through educational propaganda, reinforcing notions, inseparable ties, motherland liberated past oppression, narratives perpetuated throughout schooling systems, embedding ideological conformity early on, shaping perceptions deeply rooted official storyline, devoid critical engagement complexities underlying histories involved. In conclusion, understanding these dynamics elucidates considerable expanse. Modern-day China shaped formative years, wherein acquisition territories historically non-Han remains contentious issue, confronting ongoing challenges, maintaining legitimacy, governance structures amidst rising tensions, reflective broader geopolitical landscape, underscoring necessity, addressing grievances, underlying discontent, if stability sought long-term sustainability, envisioned future trajectory, navigating complexities, inherent, diverse populace, striving coexistence amid competing interests, asserting identities, seeking recognition, respect, sovereignty, fundamental rights, essential fostering harmonious relations, moving forward, ensuring equitable treatment, all citizens, irrespective ethnic backgrounds, beliefs upheld without compromise, integrity, social fabric, nation-state envisioned collectively shared aspirations, prosperity, security, dignity, preserved across generations ahead.